Hey guys, Katsuma Gaming here. March is finally here, and with that we got a preview of all the banners that are coming this month, and two things I want to mention here. First up, we don't have yet a content calendar, so sadly I can't look over that. It should drop next week. I tried to wait for it and only just realized today that they wrote that it will drop next week. I was like, god damn it, where's the content calendar? So I can't provide that. Some people cope that it might just mean collaboration, but at the same time I don't really think so. But you know, cope is never too bad. Maybe secret collab cope info, right? Second info that I want to give you before we actually start with the video is that we have a new dungeon right now global. So you know, if you haven't done it yet, check it out. Do at least one attempt so you don't use your stuff before the next reset, or just do all three of them, because to be honest, it's pretty easy. I just full autoed it with like my Fes units and stuff, so it's not really hard. But you know, if you need help with that, I try to give you a rundown or teams the next live stream, so make sure to tune in on that. But let's finally dig into the upcoming content. So first up, let's just go through the whole list, and then we talk about each of the units one by one in the Encyclopedia. We're starting off with the first banner that is dropping in March. That is a new OG Mia, and yes, we say OG because it's the original costume. And she's a water Mia. TLDR, she's pretty bad, not really worth it, and of course not limited, so easy skip with a welfare melt that is Melissa, sorry, that is following, and she's whatever, to be honest. Then of course we get to the big one. I got quick information here. This is the 3rd anniversary event in the Japanese version of this game, right? And since Global is skipping collaborations right now and just started half a year later, means that all of these Anni stuffs are a little bit delayed. Fun fact here though is right now in JP we celebrating the 4th anniversary, so getting the global Anni units when the JP Anni is happening is kind of fitting, I guess. Sure, it's still a little bit delayed, half a month roughly, so that's that. But this is just a good indication that the timeline is moving to just line up better for seasonal events. Literally 1 or 2 more collabs skipped and seasonal events are on time in the global version, which makes some people really happy. And with that, we hopefully can finally get collaborations back, because at that point also season 4 should be airing. By the way, there are also some really cool trailers out there, check them out. Season 4 will start on April 10th, mark that new calendar. That's pretty pog. And I probably make some content for that as well, so stay tuned for that, and like, subscribe, follow for that. But yeah, I think it's cool, and we are getting these units really soon. I'm really hyped for these because we get some pretty bug banners. First up, we're starting off with Fes Vanir. And we also get Fes Lolisa, which back then really surprised us that we get a Lolisa Fes that early. Also, just a quick detour, we still don't have a Fes Melissa or Fes Mia or Fes Amy, so seeing a Fes Lolisa this early was kind of surprising, but I guess it was what it is. Megu Sims, reach choice, we are getting a new Megumin. Also Darkness Sims, the same for you. Welfare 4.1 will be a Kazuma, and maybe you realize that outfit from somewhere, you know, from the profile picture. And yeah, maybe even this more in the background. I know there's like no caddies there, but small spoiler here. So if you don't want to hear the spoiler here, just mute yourself for 10 seconds, but you probably know it anyway. 3, 2, 1, go. So these Anni units actually have an alternate artwork, or to be more exactly 2 alternate artworks. One of them is Aqua with the cat ear filters, and same for me, and that was a while my personal profile picture before my beautiful artist Toxic Flint, also check her out, made me a specialized styled version just for me, which is really cool, and really happy to have that. Last but not least, we having Anni Wiz and the Welfare 4.2 Anni Union. And that's pretty much all the newcomers for this month, which actually kind of surprises me, to be honest, because that is, to be honest, only 3 banners for the whole month. I mean, yes, we have Valentine's still going on for a bit. So it probably just makes sense. Anni bundles tend to last a little bit longer, so it could just be that it'll last until the end of March or into April. But you know, maybe if the banners aren't that long, maybe there's a secret banner they haven't announced. Maybe call up cope. Well, yeah, just wait and we'll see, I guess. Okay, let's finally go to the units, and yes, I'm currently working on the site to upgrade the Encyclopedia with, like, you know, more rankings, more summaries and stuff like that for the new units. So stay tuned for Encyclopedia 1.6 rather soon and late. By the way, if you guys want to support the Encyclopedia, down there you see a support me at Ko-fi link. This money is mostly to support my work on the Encyclopedia. It's also linked in the main page, so you know, every support there is appreciated to just give me more time to work on the Encyclopedia. But let's just talk about the units. Let's start off with the Mia one, because she's the first one dropping here. Again, there will be full guides here, just want to show off the kits real quick. You see debuff block, which is nice, but whatever. You see a tier 1 water damage buff for physical units with bonus damage if the enemy is a debuff. This is just good for one arena where the enemy is weak to physical units, not that much to magical units. But even then, Cecily's ulti is physical damage, so you know what, just go with Fes Cecily, to be honest. Fes Cecily just outperforms this Mia whatsoever, so yeah, easy skip. Then let's talk about the next one, which will be Fes Vanir. I teased him before multiple times because I said there will be a new OG Vanir coming. The really cool thing about him is his passive trait, because same like Fast Union, he will give magic attack and gauge full rate, which is amazing to have. He has a random hit with 20% party gauge charge, which is really great. He has a 6-second CDR skill and an 18-second cooldown, so only a downtime of 12 seconds, which is really cool. He sadly loses the team passive traits that, you know, OG Vanir has, but he's still a really strong unit that way. Next one, I think we go with Lolisa, based on the timeline, which is this Fes Lolisa. She has a passive trait to boost physical attack and ulti damage, so I think like Fes does. I think Fes does the same. She has a single target reshred skill of HP condition, and she has a random hit that boosts ulti damage by tier 1. So you can see this Lolisa is really designed to just abuse her ulti to big nuke damage, and this works, or can work. The problem is just Lolisa's ulti ones are so good that even sometimes with this Lolisa we just run her ulti 1 and use that bonus damage there, just of how good these ults are. So I think this one arena you can actually use her ulti 2 to just, you know, deal up some amount of damage, but afterwards it's not really that important. You mostly focus, to be honest, on these ultis, so yeah, just keep that in mind if you pull for her or want to use her in the future. She's actually not that often seen because she's more of a selfish unit with self damage, and you know, fire is stacked with fast Erika and other stuff. There's just not that much room for pure selfish units. Also, like, no speed boost that the team would potentially need, no gauge up, no CDR. You see where this is leading, right? Next one I think was Megu. Yeah, I think Megumin and Darkest are the next ones. For Megumin, I need to scroll down a little bit here to this one. So this is the Anni Megu, normal passive trait, nothing crazy there. She has a tier 1 EX reshred. This is the first EX reshred that we are getting in this game. And I think she might actually have more use case in the global version than she has in the JP version. In the JP version, we are getting some AoE EX reshred units in the future, which are just that great to use. I think that is just the best non-collab limited unit that we have that can do that, so maybe she actually gets some bonus there in the future. She also has 10% party gauge charge, which is great. I mean, it's not the 20%, so it won't be that easy to just fill up her ulti, especially since it's all single target. So maybe not that good. I think maybe in single target arena she can work, but it will still hard to use her, I think. But nonetheless, still a solid unit to have, I think. And last but not least, this is by the way all part 1 banners. So part 1 Anni banner will have Vanir, Lolisa, Megu, and Darkness. So just a good banner to pull on. Mostly for Vanir. I think after that maybe Lolisa, then Megu, then Darkness from the PR, because Darkness Wind Anni unit is she has a 50% gauge fill rate, which is great, as you know, for other darknesses, to be honest. Mostly Valentine's Darkness, for example, can love that, but since her other stats aren't that great, it's not that often used, to be honest, as a sub unit just to boost the gauge. But of course it can still outperform some 3-stars in that regard, so she's a great sub unit. She is a random hit with 4 seconds of CDR, fine I guess. And then she has kind of like Valentine Darkness, a party tier 2 counter buff, and a self gauge for 30%, so it's fine. It's fine. You can use it, but again, this is just mostly selfish damage, which we don't need in Wind, especially. Wind is also mostly magical. Not really that physical. I mean, she can work in physical, but then we have Festas, we have Kazuma, we have Fes Chris. It's hard to slot her in, right? It's just hard to slot her in. So yeah, I think she's like the lowest value unit from the banner itself. Then the part 2 banner for Anniversary will be Aqua and Wiz. I'm gonna start off with Aqua here. I think this Aqua and Wiz might be really, really good. Hear me out. First, Aqua, normal passive rate, nothing crazy there, but she has a double hit that gives a tier 1 dark damage buff EX for your whole team for 12 seconds with 21 seconds cooldown. And the second skill is a single target skill that gives a party tier 2 agility buff. Pretty much what we are currently lacking in dark. Like for example, if you just say you run Ara and Yunyun, the third unit is, you know, pretty open so far, and a dark damage boost that can, you know, work with Fes Ara, that can work with Yunyun, a speed boost that can work. Her ulti 2 version 2 can also lower the enemy's magic resistance. I don't think it's that much needed, but it provides sustain, it provides healing. I think that can actually work really, really well with the team. So that's a great unit, I think, to pick up. She actually got replaced rather fast in the JP version, but then again from collab units, which we don't have. So again, my hope here is that she will stay longer in the global version than in JP. But to be honest, Yunyun also sadly needs to move over when this Wiz drops. If you forgot it, by the way, Wiz's ulti 1 got changed to boost magical attack by tier 3. And just look at that kid. She has a 3 times random hit for 164 damage, so this is insane damage. Only 90 seconds cooldown. Her second skill deals pretty decent damage with 6 seconds of CDR on an 80-second cooldown, so 12 seconds cooldown and 13 seconds cooldown on both of her kits. That of course a little basic with self-healing. So you can now use Wiz as a buffer with bigger CDR than Yunyun, and a triple hit for insane damage. You have then Fes Ara for, you know, good single target damage, even some decent AoE damage, Rash Red, stuff like that. And then you have Aqua for speed boost, dark damage boost. Of course, Aqua's damage will be really low here because you only boost the magical attack damage from Wiz. But you know, in theory, this can be a really, really solid dark team. And I think the next dark unit that can compete here, that is not limited, I actually don't know. Who could that be. I mean, you can also potentially just use I guess Lolisa for AoE units. She's also a good dark unit, but yeah, the non-limited dark units is kind of limited. So I think, again, no joke, these 2 units are really, really great to get for dark teams. At least my current prediction. Again, Battle Guide will come when these units are dropping, so expect more details, a more in-depth dive with hopefully prepared stuff like which is the next dark unit, how long she potentially lasts, stuff like that. More details in there. But yeah, these are just a quick overview about the units that are coming. Again, I don't have the content calendar, so I will just post it in my community tab and of course Reddit and stuff like that when it drops. I didn't show off the welfares because they're welfares. Come on, guys, we don't really care. Besides that, monthly login campaigns are back, more quartz, which is great. So, you know, all in all, overall, I think March will be a really fun month about the units that are dropping. Of course, this means more banners that you kind of want to pull on, that are good value banners to pull on. Again, keep in mind, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. The hard time is right now after Forbidden Megu drops or Funidora drops. The hard time will be over. We are getting more skippable banners, so stay through it, guys. Survive with me, and that we can all breathe again once this hard period is over. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any question, ask it down in the comments. Also, let me know which banners do you guys want to pull on. Are you have any, you know, ideas yet where you want to pull on? Do you want to pull on part 1, part 2? Do you just skip and save for Forbidden Megumin? So you know, let me know, and maybe why also, so I can, you know, maybe use some of these ideas for my banner guides. We'll see. But that's it. Good luck with your summons if you plan on pulling any banners. And yeah, see you all in the next video, next live stream, whatever. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, everything. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all in the next one, guys. Bye. だから